How to get unstuck. Newness and change. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to share this with you and I hope it can help somebody out there. Are you somebody who can embrace change, newness, a fresh start? Drop a comment, let me know. I've made a lot of huge changes in my life, especially the last 4 or 5 years. I've completely transformed as a person. And it was for the better, absolutely, but it comes with a lot, and that's what I want to share with you in this video. How to get unstuck, how to transition yourself, how to make a shift onto a different timeline, into a different version of yourself, maybe a healthier version, more loving, for your well-being, for you, because you deserve it. How can we do it? Like, maybe you're in a situation that you want to be out of. Maybe you want something different, but you don't know where to start. And so this is why I wanted to create this for you. Change can be so, we can be so afraid of change as humans because we don't like to embrace mystery. We've been taught fear. We've been kept in fear. Fear is such a low vibration. It's not done on accident, but you're going to tap into your spiritual strength. You're going to discover so much about who you really are, your power, your ability. You're going to build confidence. All of these beautiful things are going to happen. You're going to start to flourish on your personal journey if you can learn how to embrace change and have the courage to make the changes that you want in your life or that are necessary in your life. But how can we do it? How can we get unstuck? Maybe you want to better your health. Maybe you want to get out of a bad relationship. Maybe you want to break an addiction. Maybe you just want to change. Maybe you just want some type of change. Okay, how to get unstuck. The first thing that you can do. Well, I want to share with you this. Like, for anyone who's new here, who doesn't know my own personal story, I was able to break a 10-year addiction to weed on my own. I self-healed. I used to smoke cannabis, marijuana every single day, pretty much daily, all throughout my 20s. And when I had a spiritual awakening, I had this urge, this desire to break free from that addiction. I didn't go to those like 10, 12-step programs. I didn't do anything like that. I did it through my own inner work and journey and spiritual. Like, I took a spiritual path. I started to make transformation started to happen in my life. And so if I was able to do it, so can you. Now, if you want to quit smoking weed, I have that course that I created and I'll link it down below. It's helped people break free. It'll help you too. So if that's something that you want to do, you're powerful, you're able to, but how can we make a change? How can we make a shift? It really does start in our mind and our heart, because your mind plays tricks on you every single day, and it might belittle you. You might be belittling your own self, you guys. Know this about your mind and your thoughts. Don't let your thoughts boss you around. Don't let your thoughts win, especially negative thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You might think, I'm thinking this, I am this, I am that. No, you're not, okay? You are a soul in a body. You have thoughts. You have a brain. You have a body. You are not these things. You can change your thoughts. You can decide consciously what you want to believe in and move what thoughts you want to believe in. That's what they say, fake it till you make it. So how do you get unstuck? How do you make a change? Have a new thought, create a new timeline for yourself, make a decision. Okay, don't let your mind boss you around. Don't stay stuck in negativity or feel so helpless. You're not a victim, you're powerful. I used to not like hearing this. We can be afraid of our own power. We can feel doubt. We can feel like a victim. And it doesn't feel good to hear this, but I just want to remind you that with a small mindset shift, decide what change you want to make and stick to it. And then start working on yourself to remind yourself how worthy you are. This life is yours to create. So when we let life happen to us, then we feel like we're powerless. We feel like there's nothing we can do. We feel stuck. That's just the way it is. There's nothing I can do. Will this happen? Will these people over here? Will that? Will my childhood? Will my culture? Where I live? This? Okay. What do you believe is possible? What do you want for yourself? It's as simple as that. You're allowed to want. You're allowed to decide. Okay, so just focus in on yourself, make that decision of the change you want to make, and then find the evidence for why it's possible, but also find the evidence of why you're worthy for it. Where you pour your attention, it grows. So if you're focused on the negativity, if you're focused on what's going wrong, if you're focused on why you can't make a change, you're going to feel stuck. But if you start to shift your focus on why it is possible, what's going to happen once I make this change, how powerful you are, how supported you are by the divine, by the universe. Because when you really feel like making a change in your life, that's not just you. That's the divine, that's God trying to direct you, guide you, but God is love, which is freedom. So it's not going to force you to make a change. You have free will on earth. What are you going to decide for yourself? Do you want what's best for yourself? Do you want what's healthiest? You'll start to want those things when you start to love yourself more. This is why I love to share with you guys about self-love. The more you love yourself, the more you connect to your worthiness, your wholeness, the more you start to practice love for yourself, the more you're going to naturally make changes that serve you. So we can do it with ease. We can do it with gentleness. It doesn't have to feel so hard, but you can do it. Now here comes the fear. Here comes the doubt. Here comes the worry. But I need you to kill fear, kill doubt, kill worry. And this is where this is how you're going to build spiritual strength. Spiritual, you can't see fear, you can't see worry, but you're going to feel like a victim of it until you can just illuminate it. You can become aware of it, self-awareness. Ooh, but what is going to work in contrast to this? Who's with me? Drop me a comment if you're with me right now. Okay, I'm giving you guys the game. Okay, on how you can really make a real change in your life. You got to illuminate it. You have to kill the ego death, okay? Because your ego does not want you, it refuses to let you feel weak and see yourself in that way. So people don't want to admit that they're afraid. People don't want to admit that they're worried, that they are worrying, afraid, worried, doubt, all those things, right? Like I said, we haven't been taught to embrace mystery. We've been kept in fear so that we can be controlled collectively, like as a population, and right? But you can take your power back, reclaim your power and your strength, build your strength on a spiritual level, on an unseen level, when you learn that healing is an action. So it's not a passive thing. You have to be intentional. Okay, now I'm about to make this change. And when the fear comes up, when you start to worry, you're going to kill it right then and there, and you're going to decide no. But what about faith, right? I mean, that's why spiritually you have to have faith. You can't prove it, you can't see it, you choose to believe in it, choose to believe in yourself, because the divine is living through you, and the universe has your back. God has your back. So how to get unstuck, how to make a change, how to embrace change is that have faith in the best possible outcomes. Maybe you don't know what that is, but it's going to be good. It's going to be better for you. There's a reason that you want this change, or that change has appeared in your life. And the thing is, we can't stop change. We're constantly changing anyways. Like, you're getting older every single day. Life is changing. And so when you're working in resistance to how life is naturally unfolding, you're going to feel even more afraid and restricted. But you can be free. You can flow with life when you have more faith. So increase your faith in yourself and in life, in the universe, that everything's going to be okay. And embrace this mentality like, okay, what's the best that can happen, right? Instead of what's the worst. No, what's the best? What if everything works out? The change is leading you to something great. The change is going to be different. It's going to be new. It's going to feel scary, but it can make your life even better. And that's why just cherish the moment. There's sweetness in now, there's sweetness in the future. And life is not meant to be perfect. Sometimes it's messy, but don't you want to know what's on the other side of change? Don't you want to know what's going to happen? Don't live in fear. Choose your faith, like choose faith. Be surrendered to life. Be surrendered, and trust God. This is how you're going to make a change that's lasting in your life. It's like you have to go all in. You have to dive into the unknown and embrace mystery and see what's going to happen. When you make a change, like when I stopped smoking weed, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was all glorious. Like, when you're making a change, sometimes this comes with loss. For example, when I stopped smoking weed, I lost a lot of people. Like, the people closest to me, they fell out of my life. Because as you shift into a new timeline, into a new version of yourself, some people are not happy for you. Some people can't come. They're not on your wavelength anymore. Maybe they don't want to be around you. They feel convicted. Like, they feel like, oh, you think you're better. They don't like you now. All of a sudden, they just feel sad. Maybe a bit of grief that they're still chained to that lifestyle. I'm giving you a personal example in my own life, right? So people fall out of your life. I lost friends, people close to me. I lived that lifestyle for a long time, 10 years, right? So when I changed, that came with good and bad, but it made me healthier. It made me better. It connected me to my true self, to my power. And it's like, I was allowed to make that change. You have to give yourself permission to make a change. Embrace newness. And now I have a new set of friends, a new circle. I'm so much happier. I'm so much lighter energetically, so much healthier, so much more aligned to my path, who I really am. Like, I'm happy every day versus when I was smoking weed, I had to smoke weed to feel happy. But now I learned how to be happy genuinely in a sober state. I never even thought that was possible. So that's why the beauty of change and of newness is, well, what's possible? And you don't have to be afraid. Like, beautiful things await you, higher vibrations. You're feeling your best. You're feeling better than you ever knew you could. Like, if you leave a bad relationship, what you're not seeing yet is that, what does the universe have for you at the end of that road? Like, yeah, it's hard on the road. Oh, you're feeling sad, you're feeling doubt, you're reliving all of the mistakes you made, all of the heartbreak and all of that. And healing takes time. There is no rush. But what you're not seeing yet, it requires faith and hope and willingness to move forward. Well, you're going to receive a blessing. Oh, well, you couldn't be with that person because there's somebody who's like 10 times better for you, even more attractive, more healing to your heart, more in alignment with you, who you're actually meant to be with for real, that you could even create a flourishing business with, that you're going to have beautiful children with, that you're going to live the rest of your life, your best friend, your soulmate, but you can't see that at the time, right? And so embracing change has to do with like moving through the dark, having faith and trusting that there's something even better for you out there and that you're worthy, like, to have those things. How to get unstuck, how to make a change, con ganas, like they say in Spanish, with bravery, with courage. Give it a go. Be fearless. Tap into your power. Like, if we've been so conditioned to feel meek, to feel weak, to be afraid, tap into the other side of that, which is be fearless, be powerful, walk in that power, walk in that strength, make a bold decision, take a risk, bet on yourself, trust and believe. And the beauty of change is that it's never ending. Like, if you make a change for the better, but it doesn't turn out how you wanted it to be, you can change again. You can shift again. It's this never ending process. So do you see the beauty of change and newness and freshness? It's never ending. You're never stuck. You're always choosing in your life. You're never stuck. You're always choosing. So choose what's in your highest good and have faith that the universe is working on your side. Speak your life into existence. I am changing for the better. I am healing. I am healed. I am attracting beautiful souls to me. I am walking in prosperity every single day. My life is getting better and better. I am so happy. I am so fulfilled. I am so held. I am so guided. I embrace life wholeheartedly. I'm here to do amazing things. My life is so good. My life is so beautiful. I trust God. I trust the universe. I trust life. Things like this. Okay, so this is how to get unstuck. This is how to make a change, is like, decide and then identity shift. Have faith, walk in that blind faith, embrace newness because you know something beautiful is going to unfold. Have hope in good things, allow yourself to, and you're going to build spiritual strength. Now, maybe sometimes we can be afraid because maybe you've had hope that things would turn out a good way and then they didn't. But you need to increase your faith. It happened for a reason. The divine is not against you. God is not against you. God did not forget about you. God didn't leave you out. Life is working for you. You are loved. You are divinely made. God is living through you. You're a part of this creation. You deserve beautiful things, good things, happiness, love. This is your birthright. This is what's going to happen for you. But sometimes our souls came to earth to grow on a spiritual lesson, like spiritual lessons, spiritual growth. You're on earth school right now. Oh, that's right. So there's nothing to fear. Tap into the humility of being human and be teachable, learnable. Embrace change. Imagine if a baby's like, I never want to change. I never want to learn anything new. Like, no, that's the beauty of life, is growing and learning and changing and embracing the different seasons. You're held at every moment. I'm sending you so much love, so much power, so much healing on your journey. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.